we have the Monegasque Grand Prix. Monaco, Monegasque. Apparently that's what they're called. Monte Carlo. We've got 2 races that we've done in between. So let's go and have a look what happened in those. We're in Miami. We have Mr. Bottas. He's had a bit of a stinker, if we're going to be honest. He's not had the best of times. He was running quite high up and then span out, damaged his rear wing. Sad times. I've had to bring him in for some new tyres as well, because his tyres were wrecked. On the other hand, Gasly's in second. What's he doing up there? Slight issue. He had got like a 3-second advantage on Hamilton, and that's gone down to like 1.7. Should hopefully still be sufficient for him. He's providing he stays on track. He's going to at least finish second and at least on the podium, should I say. But yeah, he's had a really, really good race. We'll pause up. I'll just show you what's happened. So we went medium into hards. There was a few kind of what's it called? There was a VSC about here, and there was a safety car about here, but neither of which were beneficial for us. This is where Bottas decided to have a meeting with the wall, which is good of him. But other than that, yeah, we had like us two and the 2 Red Bulls challenge him, but Perez span out, Bottas span out. We were holding on to the back of Verstappen for ages. We dropped off about lap 49, and since then we had managed to maintain the gap on Hamilton, but considering his tyres are pretty much done, he's losing the gap a little bit. I don't know what. Yeah, Hamilton's tyres are pretty much the same, but I think because we were challenging with Verstappen for so long, he hasn't managed to keep his quite as fresh. However, he is about to cross the line in second place to get our first podium. It's not ideal that it's not in an actual episode as a highlighted video, but we'll see the podium celebrations nonetheless. What an absolute lad. Well done. Bottas may finish higher. Not likely though, so we'll jump through to him, watch him on 2x. He may be able to gain on these 2, but either way he's not going to do enough to get himself into the points, because they are Ricciardo. Not quite going to gain that in this little amount of time, and his tyres are basically spaghetti at the moment, so he finished, which is the main thing. He didn't crash out, still finished in top 14, which, if we were honest, this point last year was roughly what we were going for, so we can have a spin out. Quite damaged, really, with the suspension and rear wing, and still finish in positions which aren't too bad. And Latifi got lapped by the guy in front of him because he's a joke. Well done, Peter.
Well, this weekend, Pierre Gasly flew us to the stars.
His arms just clipped through there. Just pretend that didn't happen. Well done, Pierre. Aston Martin's first podium since
Imagine how chuffed
Seb.
they must be. A podium is a real feat,
Look
and
at
it's
him.
been
What a guy.
accomplished in style.
Well done, Pierre. This random man, Hamilton,
The
Verstappen.
Frenchman was
Wonderful.
in sublime form today, fully deserving of his podium finish here.
Bliss. Look at that. Look at him go. Look at the celebration. Move out of the way, Lewis. No one cares about your celebrations. You've been on podium enough.
A lovely occasion as we see all 3
Wonderful.
drivers clearly relishing their moments on the podium.
The hair is doing a little bit of a madness. But other than that,
Today, Aston
this is
Martin
wonderful.
demonstrated that they can go very far indeed.
we can.
You can see that the team runs like a well-oiled machine. Everything was precise and on point this weekend.
I didn't mention, actually, we did qualify 2nd and 4th. So qualifying was an absolute beast. Bottas was in 2nd. Our first frontline qualification. And then, as we know, Gasly was 4th and he gained a few positions. So, happy days. Drivers puts Gasly ahead of Bottas now, actually, up in 5th. As constructors, we still sat in 3rd place. But Mercedes are closing the gap to Ferrari, and they're pretty even either side of us at the moment. So I do have a little bit of annoyance. I was just talking you through the whole last lap here. and I hadn't started the recording, so I'm an idiot basically. But we went for quite a long one stop, but it was still more than enough for us and our tyres. Everyone else on the grid basically went for a 2-stop. Soft, medium, soft. Verstappen's case, he went medium, medium, soft. Still doesn't matter, because he batters everyone, just like real life. Perez had a bit of a stinker, had to pit again, so he's down in 9th. Bottas did have a little lock-up, so he was ahead of Gasly, but unfortunately, as I say, his lock-up. He may have had a chance to finish ahead of Russell, but unfortunately he didn't. So there's 2 Mercedes on the podium, along with Mr. Verstappen, which I believe has happened this year. But yeah, as you can see, we're not doing too bad. Can we see the lap where Bottas binned it? Oh, here he is. Absolute muppet. So he was potting about in 5th. Gasly was about 6th at the point, 7th. But unfortunately, yeah, that's the case. So when everyone pitted, Gasly had first for quite a while, but he was never going to hold on to it, unfortunately. But yeah, taking 4th, 6th in Spain. We'll wander over to Monaco and see what's going to happen over there. Splendid work from the boys. Has us as a team currently in 4th place. We are comfortably, for want of a better word, in this group. I'm not expecting us to maintain our challenge against Mercedes for 3rd, but if we can be the best of the rest, then that is beautiful. That's pretty much where Aston Martin were at the point when they took over, and they aren't anymore. So we should pretend that's not the case. Pierre and Bottas, both in 5th and 6th next to one another. Pierre actually the higher of the two now from that performance. Well, I think actually from both of those performances. It's a little while ago since I did it. Obviously, I've shown you. Yeah, so look at him go. Wonderful. So we've got Pierre in 2nd, and then the following race in 4th. So he's done an absolute madness for us, and I forgot quite how much of a madness he's done. So fair play to the lad. He has got a driver point to go, so what were we doing for that? I think we were putting it on defend him. Still leaves him on 85, which is tidy. Jack doesn't have one at the moment, neither does Bottas, as we'd expect. We'll have a little look over the staff, see if he's got any. Ahead of Aero has got one. Where should we give it to him? We'll give it low speed for Mr. De Beer. We're all having a wonderful time. The only upsetting thing, our car parts. I have a new front wing, which is due in 1 day. I don't think that I can ask for that to be manufactured while we're in Monaco, annoyingly. If I can, I'm going to get some emergency manufacturers on that and get it thrown on, because it's quite handy. It will show us. I can't do it. But basically, it's a massive improvement, and it's front wing, and it's Monaco. So why on earth wouldn't we want it? And we've got plenty of money in our cost cap to be able to afford a few emergency parts there as well. We have been looking at some facilities. Got our race simulator upgrading. We're sat on 4 million at the moment, so there's not much more we can do in that regard. There isn't really anything else that we can do other than have a little look at Monaco, what's expected, and yeah, what's the situation there. So 75% expectation on a safety car. We know that we want to spend as little time in the pits as possible. So if we have a look at our expected strategies, there's one that's straight soft to hards, and mediums to hards, hards to mediums. So it seems that the hards is a definite. I'll see if we can eke out a soft to mediums, but I don't believe that's going to be an option for us.
Cars have been racing through Monaco's streets since 1929, and this weekend is no exception, as we get to watch the new generation of world-class drivers take over Monte Carlo. This is the Monaco Grand Prix. Monaco is famous for its many narrow twists and corners, from the brake-heavy Le Rascasse to the treacherous Sand of Ott. There are no proper straights to speak of, and it's extremely hard to overtake here. It sounds like simple advice, but getting up as high on that starting grid as possible is the best plan of attack. At this early stage in the season, there are still plenty of opportunities for things to change. In this sport, there simply are no guarantees. The competition is on.
I wasn't going to come back at the end of Q1 because we've gone out early with the inters, because we knew the wets were due to come into effect. So we've gone out inters, set up a decent lap, happy days, we've got the times we need. However, Verstappen's currently 20th, and Leclerc's 18, and to be quite honest, it doesn't look like they're going to gain the time they need. Amusing if they don't, but an absolute stinker for their teams. Here he is. So he's coming across. I think he was the first of the ones out as well, and he's managed to set. Oh, he's done it. Stinky boy. Right, we'll fast forward through. Who else has got through? So we've lost quite a few people there. Latifi, obviously. Sonoda, Schumacher, Stroll, Sainz. It's a bit tasty for us. So we are here for the start of Q2. As we can see, nothing coming on weather-wise, just your standard dry track. Considering how much it pissed it down, 10 minutes ago between sessions? Bone dry, obviously. So I'm going to throw the guys out now, get a time, and then I'll join you at the end of the session when they're coming back round for their second laps. I'm an idiot. I was here talking away like a good one, telling you everything that was going on, and I hadn't paused it because apparently I'm stupid. There was no kind of change with weather or anything that one. It was all completely sunny. So we sent them out on one set of tyres, sent them out in the second set. They were already safe from their first runs, but we'll give them their second run. Obviously, Bottas had an improvement of about 2.5 tenths. Gasly's was about, I think, about 500ths. So it wasn't vast. We're not going to change anything else in here. Jump straight into quali 3. Likewise, I think what we're going to do is grab one of the used sets, throw them out, and then as soon as they're able to go, we'll send them, because they'll come back in with more than enough time to be able to do a second run, and hopefully it'll just give us a decent time. Albon? Oh, of course, he's in a Renault, isn't he? Alpine, sorry. So what have we got? First and second? Ah, wonderful. I'll see you at the end. So after the first cycle, that first and second is changed into 5th and 9th, which isn't great. Either way, we're going to send the guys out pretty sharpish. There should be more than enough time for us to get round. Change it onto that. We'll jump on with Bottas this time. Yeah, okay, beautiful. So Bottas, go on your shoulder, 2x. We'll, do you know, yeah, we've got Gasly behind this time. So we'll, another yellows. Yellows isn't ideal. It's not what we want to be seeing. Can we improve our times? Anyone? Fancy it? Green on this one now, Bottas, when you get back around the other side. So make it round the Nouvelle. And punt it up to the swimming pool. Green. Purple. I'll take purple. Purple's even better. It's not purple. That's a shame. Gasly? Are you purple? No. We are 10th at the moment with Bottas, so he needs another 2.5 tenths improvement. Ow, that is massive, his drop. I think he had to get past Magnussen during his lap last time. But hopefully he has a nice little jump up. Likewise with Gasly. He's gone to 4th, strong. Gasly, he'll be coming through in just a second. Gasly. Just what was about 300ths. 4th and 7th, not bad. So we're splitting the Mercedes, we're splitting the Red Bulls, and we are technically splitting the Ferraris, but the Ferraris are split by two qualifying sessions. Strategy time. We are going to go with cheeky little mediums to start into hards, but we know that's not going to be the case because there's rain coming. So we'll let that go there. We'll do the same with Mr. Gasly. We're going to jump up to be nice and aggressive for when the race starts as well. And then, what I suppose we'll do is jump into it.
We're here and the streets are abuzz at the Monaco Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go.
Bottas doing absolute bits. Flying past Hamilton already in the first lap. Gasly's still saying 7th, but it's cool. You do what you need to do. I know normally I'd leave their tyres quite aggressive, but
Aston Martin with a great play
I
there.
mean, it's
They've
Monaco.
moved
There's
up a
not going to
place.
be a fat lot of overtaking going on. So I'm going to scoot this up a little bit faster, carry on through this lap in case any further movements happen. And then I suppose what we'll do is jump forward to see if anything exciting's happened in the next few laps after. But we're flying through, around the last few corners, and crossing the line for third on the opening lap. Pretty strong.
It's a race position gained for a Mercedes.
Hamilton
Let's take a look at the replay.
has took
now
back
watch this.
Mr. Bottas.
Lewis Hamilton involved in this one.
That's just a little bit tasty, isn't it? Right round the outside of
Take
Sandoval.
advantage and
I guess he
muscle their
didn't
way
heed the
through.
advice and he did go
Excellent
for some
work.
heroics.
Let's have a look. Now watch this. Here's the moment involving Albon.
Was that the moment? That looked like that was... I mean, it was decent racing, but I feel like the move started a
Gaining
little bit
position
before
there.
that.
Oh, they make it look so
Oh.
easy.
They do, don't they? Right. We're on the 11th lap. My only concern is it looks to be like inters, and then dropping down towards being like a drier track, and then inters again, and then wets, then inters. I honestly don't know what to do. I'm having a little think about it, and I'm not going to change tyre unless it's drastic. But I think I might put the wets on Bottas and inters on Gasly, because the wet section necessarily isn't too big. So I'm hoping we can get away with that on the inters. And likewise that, I don't know which one's going to be better, but I think if we take one of each,
Looks like Aston Martin have just
Can probably
gained the
hedge our
race
bets, can't we?
position. Here's the replay. Let's have a look here. This
cracking
was
that
the
Bottas.
Aston Martin.
past the casino. Have a bit of that, Hamilton. How many world champions you got? Get in the bin.
Goodness me.
Goodness me, indeed. Lap 20. Rain is expected soon. That's words we wanted to see. 3 minutes by the looks of it. So, yeah, I think as soon as this starts kicking off, as soon as it trickles towards one, get the little shits in the pit. I don't want to get caught out like we had last time. See, I think even this lap, oh god, that's quite close. This lap, we can just throw them in, get those wets on them. I think we may very well miss it with Bottas, unfortunately, but we can get Gasly in at least. Actually, I know I use them because those aren't fresh inters. We'll use them in the first section of quali. Oh no, Bottas is in. Gasly's in as well. Jeez, that was all too quick. The track is now damp. So it leaves us 6th and 11th at the moment. And there's a lot of cars still yet to pit. So hopefully we'll gain a few positions there. I'll jump us up to 4 or 8x and see where that leaves us after a few laps time. So, Bottas 2nd, Gasly 6th. So we gained a position each, which is pretty decent now. We're almost 10 laps into this, and the tyres themselves are both on about the same percentage, which is good. We've maintained 2nd and 5th actually, because Hamilton's just pitted. It does seem that there's a few people that are changing tyres. Oh yeah, see, so Hamilton's gone wets to inters, likewise with Russell. But as we can see, like, there's going to be some wet in a minute, so I don't know. That's helping us at least. So McLaren's have had a little bit of a stinker there with that regard.
This
I've
is
been silly.
Pierre
I've been
Gasly.
silly. I forgot to resume my recording, but I paused because my dog was kicking off. We're up in 4th and first. The track's just recently changed to wet. It's kind of in the in-between between inter and wet. So both tyres hopefully should be in a good window. They're both on the same percentage as well, which is fine. So there's no one getting really battered there. Pit stop wise, Verstappen's on 3 so far. We've still only made
and
1.
Ferrari just
Oh,
gained
Sainz
a
just took him
place.
back. We won't watch that one. That was not as interesting. Gasly again, only on 1. So Sainz, Leclerc, Gasly, and ourselves in Bottas are the only ones that have just made the 1 stop so far. Which is probably why we're so high up the grid. So we'll carry this on. Hopefully, see the tyres drop off. Let the rain start to
Alpine
ease.
just advanced.
And then we can throw on the softs and absolutely... Is that Verstappen in the pits again? Verstappen's now done 4 pits. And he's still third. And that's silly. Rain's finished. However, it looks like it's going to be kicking off again soon, so we're not going to pit yet. We'll carry on. Track's still wet. We're still first, however. Who have we got? Who's second? Oh my god, Bottas is absolutely miles away. Oh my god, he's 20 seconds ahead. What's he doing up there? Hamilton is in 11th. Gasly's still 5th. Tyres are getting a bit warm, mate. It's fine. Okay, so we're not going to jump as fast. It looks like the rain is... Yeah, the rain's like properly gone now, so that's good. He's on wets though, which isn't ideal. But I'm not taking him out yet. I'm going to speed it up. I know we're losing a bit of track time, but we'll give him one more lap. Then we'll bring him in, I think. It's going to be our best bet. Oh, it's 1.5. Oh, God, Leclerc's taking him. That's a shame. He's gained like 20 seconds in that. Throw the softs on him. Gasly, we can afford to give another lap. Where is Gasly? He's now ahead. But as we know, he's got a pit. So we'll get Gasly in now. Hopefully, holding off hasn't been too detrimental for Bottas. So where are we? 6 and 5 at the moment. But we're the only cars on those warm tyres. Slicks. That's what they're called. They're not called warm tyres. Should run us through to the end of the race. I'm not going to go anything past that. I'm not going to push. I'm just going to jump us up to 4x. See what the pit stops are going to do for everyone else. So, Bottas is up in the podium places. Sainz has split us, unfortunately. We might be strong enough to be able to hold off Sainz. Leclerc and Verstappen are coming into the pits now. Leclerc's already out. Bottas is up to second. Got a new fastest lap. Wonderful. We'll just carry on. 5th, 2nd and 5th. 18 laps left. So he does have Sainz right on his tuchus at the moment. I'm not going to do too much in regards to trying to hold him off. Because we've got Verstappen just behind. 5th. Who's 6th? Albon. So it looks like we'll probably end up 4th and 5th. Even then, that's a brilliant outcome for us. Hopefully we can hold on to another podium. It's looking okay. I'm going to go at 16x and literally just fly through here. So, Bottas, you are still managing to hold him off, lad. It's good. Gasly, I'm going to let him start pushing. I'm going to do the same with Bottas. Just keep an eye on his. See if that starts dropping. There's been an update recently, so it says kilograms rather than laps. I think that's fine. We're letting him push. He's still second. I don't think there's any worry of Gasly kind of pushing forward or dropping back even. He's kind of in a world of his own at the moment, which is good. Bottas is still second. Leclerc's just gone. 6 laps. He's held him off for a little while. He might be able to... Oh no, he's gone. Never mind. Sainz has took him.
Let's have another look.
It might be a Ferrari one too at the looks of this then. Verstappen, look at him, the mean little shit eyeing us up as well. There's a lot of overtakes. Is that Mirabeau up there?
Which moves them up a position.
Possibly. I would say who knows. Probably a lot of people shouting at me right now. What do you mean you had high hopes? We're still in a podium position here. 4 laps to go. We do have Verstappen on our tail. I don't think there's any point in us trying to push for fastest lap with Gasly. I'm doing it. I'm going to try and get fastest lap with Gasly. So we'll deploy, push. Have an absolute thunder bastard of a lap with Gasly now if we can. Go on, Pierre. What have you managed to do there? Oh, he's taking it. Right, so now we'll get you back down to calming down again. Because we don't need you in the wall. I don't know what time he's taking it, but he's holding it, which is the main thing. Verstappen's still being held off, so I'm going to go here and hold cars behind. Still got a lap and a half, so I'm just going to kind of manage him. And we'll hopefully be able to hold it off. It'd be beautiful. I don't need to try and go for the fastest lap. Don't need to do anything too tasty. This is Leclerc coming around the final corner. we'll be able to just whack him on deploy and just give him a whole lap of deploy, Bottas, at this rate, because he's got a full battery. And that, hopefully, should be enough for us to hold off this Dutch missile. So, fuel gauge is getting low. Ooh, conserve, please. Please don't run out of fuel. Don't do that. You're on 0.0 kilograms. I didn't realise it had dropped that low. That's concerning for me. So we're holding off Verstappen. This looks okay at the moment. This does not. It's less than a kilogram of fuel. Right, I'm concerned. This is my main concern at the moment. Okay, right, we're on a positive. Beautiful. So, we're about to go through the tunnel. Bottas. He's got Verstappen still on him. That deploy is working wonders for us. Not going to try and get him to chase down the signs. That's just... It's not worthwhile. It's not our battle. But I'm happy to join him on the podium for a 1-2. I'll take that any day. Until we want 1-2s of our own, obviously. Then we'll just have them instead. Look at that. Alvin, absolute butchers at that. Another podium. It's Bottas this term. Gasly again with a top 5 finish. Points are plenty.
That's Leclerc.
Things you love to see.
Leclerc is today's winner.
Podium. And the fastest lap as a team. Wonderful. Splendid work, fellas. We'll throw it up to 16x and wait for everyone else to cross the line, because, I mean, all the people we care about is. And obviously, Latifi's last by half a second, because he's useless. Go on, celebrate away, lads.
Job
Celebrate away.
Bottas did today.
I don't know, this throwing the kind of shoulder rest thing out. I get it if they don't have a good race, but if they have a good race.
The podium is exactly what the team deserved.
Seems a bit odd.
And they got it.
Look at him. Absolutely loving it. He's ahead of both the Red Bulls, ahead of both the Mercedes. Get wrecked. Wonderful.
And this man certainly isn't finished with F1, proving he still has plenty to fight for in this sport.
I didn't realise that was a question that he wasn't. Look how just naff this ticker tape is. You go to Monaco, the race probably costs £100 million every lap.
And after all
And they're
that
using
hard
some
work,
weird
surely
multicoloured
it's time
ticker
for
tape.
them to enjoy this moment.
Which, to be fair, they've done a splendid job of
Today,
cleaning up.
Aston Martin demonstrated that they can go very far indeed.
Very far.
Not bad at all. The team in the pit will be happy with that.
That's right, and they finished the race weekend in 3rd place in the constructor standings.
Next time, the teams will be racing through the streets of another city. Join us in Baku on the shores of the
Okay,
Caspian
I thought you were
Sea
just going to
for the
leave it as
Azerbaijan
another
Grand
city.
Prix.
Wonderful work. So, he's ruined my my reveal of us taking over Mercedes, but that's fine. Carlos Sainz had an absolute madness. The lad came from like 16th to finish 2nd. Beautiful. Bottas, done the Lord's work. Gasly's up there as well. Splendid. We've got our drivers in 5th and 6th, and as a team, we are now back in 3rd place. So after that wonderful piece of work, we'll be looking at coming back in Canada. We didn't do so last year because we were considering between coming back for the team's home Grand Prix and Stroll's home Grand Prix, being both driver and owner. Driver's gone, don't care about him, so we'll be back for the Canadian Grand Prix this time. And if you did enjoy today's episode, then do me a favour, like and subscribe, as we covered earlier. That'd mean the world to me. It'd be splendid. There'll be some items on screen as well. My face isn't on screen because I've misplaced my phone, which I used to record. So, awfully sorry about what you're missing. And thank you very much for your time.